Hey, it's the Redeye stream number 191. It's an open mic tonight. The hangout is in the top of the chat if you would like to join. It's also in my Discord. Hey Cabby, how you been, man? You haven't been on the show in a while.
No, I'm sorry. Like I say, I've been
Yes, he was. Don't lie.
busy.
Work
but I've been.
sucks.
It's rare. It's not as often as I'd like. Yeah, it does, mate.
So, in Discord, you and Sherardi were having a little conversation about transhumanism. Tonight's going to be open mic. We're just going to talk about random shit. You guys want to start off with that? Tell me a little bit about the singularity there, Cabby.
Well, I mean, the principle of a singularity is where, humans achieve the point where the exponential growth, the integration of technology, it just gets to a point at which you can effectively merge humans, your entire consciousness, your being, into a machine. That's what they actually believe could happen. So you could actually take your soul and put it into a machine. That kind of idea.
Yeah, but we don't even understand how conscious, how we're actually conscious human beings and have self-awareness. How exactly are they going to transfer that into a machine? And second, as being such a big Trekkie as I am, it sounds like the Borg. You want to become the Borg? Because that's how you become the Borg.
Yeah, but this is the point. You're not meant to ask those sort of questions, right? Because it doesn't actually make any fucking sense whatsoever. The idea that you can turn transistors, like human emotions, because most of it is done via, glands and things like that. It's about the release of hormones and all the rest of it. I mean, you could simulate those things, but you can't. You could never predict what they would be at any given time in the future. So you can only work on a pre-programmed algorithmic sort of distortion of what might possibly happen. So even if you did migrate yourself into one of these, mind states, all you'd end up with would be an approximation of a human. It would never be an actual human. It's got to be a computer interpretation of a human. You know what I mean? It's a very weird idea that they're coming up with.
No, I'm following you completely. Why would this be beneficial to humanity? Why are people embracing this, especially the uber rich? Do they just want to live forever?
Well, yes. It's also, there's that, obviously. But also the idea that if you have to leave the planet, to be honest, the only way you're going to be able to do it is if you do go AI, because your human body, biology just doesn't work in space. It's just not good. It goes mushy. You can't reproduce in space in the same way. They've tried all these different tests, for things like chickens and eggs and things like that. And it never works out well because you need the gravity, right? Everything on the Earth has been designed through generation after generation of actual gravitational experience. So that's the way that the body, or the different things function. So once you take them into space, they don't last very long. I mean, bones go spongy form very, relatively quickly. When astronauts come back after, what was it? There was that guy who came back after 12 months and he could barely walk. He had to be put in a wheelchair. So, human bodies are not going to be viable, which is why they're looking at this as a way of, if we do have to migrate, out into the stars, then we're not going to be able to do it in a biological form. We're going to have to do it as a technological form, which will be...
I don't necessarily buy into that. I believe centrifugal force can create artificial gravity. And as long as you have the station spinning or you spin your spacecraft, you can replicate gravity and you can overcome that without having to merge into a computer.
Yeah, I mean, technically these things are, that's feasible to maintain some kind of gravity, the spin. but there is something. What the hell? Where the fuck is MC when you need him?
Explain what you're trying to figure out, because on my side, I think it's completely, well, to use a British term, bollocks, and shouldn't be used at all.
I'm kind of with her. I think it's actually a dangerous proposition to try and merge man.
Oh,
and,
I do. Yeah, no,
computer.
I'm not promoting it. I'm trying to explain to you about what these people actually think, is a good idea. I'm not saying I think it's a good idea. I think Ray Kurzweil's an absolute fucking lunatic. And he's the one who wants the idea, the whole point of the singularity, to upload himself, into this eternal matrix. I mean, he is the guy who's promoting the matrix, effectively. That's what he's trying to sell. This idea that, I mean, you wouldn't even know. I mean, so you could launch, effectively imagine like a sort of, a server cluster and launch it to the stars and all of its consciousness inside it. In fact, it reminds me a lot of Ian M. Banks. They have the minds, and it's just these computer blocks, which are so far beyond human understanding, because but they're not human anymore. I mean, but they have kind of a degree of human empathy because they have still some semblance of what they what they were, what they came from.
Well, no, and real quick, Cabby, MC says I'm right here. He's in the chat. Dade says bollocks. Vulgar slang British noun. 1, the testicles. 2, used to express contempt, annoyance, or defiance. Sounds like the British.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a habit of that.
But MC, why aren't you in here? Why are you hiding in the chat? You hiding from Cabby? Does Cabby scare you, MC?
You've got Cabby sweats.
No, I think it's really an insane proposition. Once again, we don't even know what consciousness really is. How are you going to upload that into an AI?
Well, you see, even if you upload it to an AI, right, you can. I mean, the theory was that effectively every neuron in your brain is about the same amount of neurons as there are bits on a CD drive, right? Which is about 640 million, which is actually, I don't think that's true. I think it may be a DVD, but not a CD. But even if you could take the individual states, that doesn't include all of the neurons, the interconnection, all of the synapses, and it doesn't include the weighting or anything like that. And it doesn't include anything to do with things like hormone effects. It has, nothing else is included in it. The idea that you can just take like a snapshot of the brain, print it into circuitry, and that would somehow then represent that person, it's nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. It's crazy. But, we've said this about a lot of stuff before, and, some lunatics done it.
Well, yeah, I was just thinking, don't they have the integration to where somebody has a chip in their head and they're directly connected to the computer and they can control it with their thoughts? And they've had that since the early 2000s, right? So
you can already do that.
That shit's been going on for way before 2000s. I mean,
there's a program that my husband showed me not too long ago. I think it was last week, where people are now controlling programs. Oh man, I wish I could show you the program that he showed.
Oh no, you can buy headbands now that you can use as a controller for your Wii or your PS2.
They're doing it all by their mind.
That's what I'm saying. But you can buy those already. They're already available. You can buy them for your PlayStation and your Wii or whatever. They're already out there. It's just a headband.
No, they're doing this with their mind and their hand.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You're not listening.
I am.
That's what I'm saying. They have the headband, which is to take, pick up the thought waves so that you can actually control it with your mind. You can already buy them. They are actually in production. It's not in development. These are actually in production right now.
Well, MC in chat says they have that technology, but it is very limited still, and sense of touch is a long way off. Yeah, but how long until we get into a Matrix style fucking? We're plugged directly into the Matrix.
Oh, a long way. I mean, Jesus, they can't even make Fallout 70, whatever the fuck it is, work. So,
well, we're not making Bethesda fucking create this shit, are we?
Yeah, well,
there's gonna be lots of bugs in the Matrix if we do.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. You see, it's just not going to work out well. I mean, look at what we're dealing with. Look at the quality. So we're a long way away from all of this stuff. We really are.
Well, no, okay.
But it does make for interesting. But the thing is that there are people who are seriously invested into making it happen. That's the real scary thing. I mean, the fact is that they actually want to make it happen.
Well, no, and these are the rich, and the wealthy people that want to make it happen. They want to create two classes of society, right? The merged and the not merged. At that point, you're going to have real class warfare, are you not?
Well, there's the time machine, right? Remember H.G. Wells, the Morlocks and the Eloi? It's same thing. And it's weird, right? Because they want to take out the middle class. They only want two classes. The one above, the one below. You definitely don't want a middle class because the middle class makes things difficult. Because they actually have an opinion about stuff. It's like, So whenever you look at all this stuff, it's always about two classes. Never three.
Dade, it is a open mic night. The link's at the top of the chat if you want to jump in.
Zero won't come in while I'm here. He knows because I just went by this fucking these fucking diatribes.
Okay. Jason Blackmore, DM me on Discord, and I'll let you know more about what's going on tomorrow. We already have the time set and everything. We're gonna have a good show tomorrow, and if Irate Bear can show up, that would be amazing.
Oh yeah, pump it a bit, mate. Let people know. I mean, what you're doing.
Well, yeah. Okay, so there's a men's rights march going on the 18th, I believe, of next month. And one of the organizers is going to be on the show tomorrow to talk about it, and it should be a really good show. And yeah, that's right up Irate Bear's fucking alley. So if he would like to join, that would be awesome. But no, I'm looking at the chat here, and all right. MC says movement is one thing because you can train yourself via observation, but accessing memory or knowledge is not possible at the moment. What do you think about that? Wouldn't you have a wider base of knowledge? You would have the whole internet in your head at that point, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but that's working on the basis that you can neurally lace it in some way. You'd have to have an entire lace over your mind. No. I mean, this is the problem. People really don't quite comprehend what it means to feed your brain with information. I mean, they've watched too much Johnny Mnemonic. You know what I mean? MC, come on the fucking chat, you dick.
Well, no, he's working. But yeah, I'm gonna throw the link out again. Because it is open mic, and looks like Sherardi left, so it's just me and Cabby. That's weird. So Cabby's gonna end up talking the whole time. No I'm kidding.
Well, only if you act like a pussy and don't stand your ground.
Yeah, fuck you, Cabby. No, okay. Let's elaborate a little bit more. All right. So Google, Amazon, all these groups have made an AI system. And all these AIs end up as Nazis. Do you really want to merge your brain with the internet? You're going to end up as Hitler. Literally. No.
But that's exactly what I was saying about the algorithms. You know, I mean, you could create a simulation, you know, a simulacrum of something. But when you're using it based on an algorithm, the algorithm is not going to be you as a person, right? Because you would have reacted very uniquely. It would have, but the algorithm will work on. I mean, it'll throw in some chaos based on a random number somewhere, but it's not going to be an actual human experience. So it'd be like. It reminds me, you remember the RoboCop thing, you know, RoboCop 2, where they try and bring out the second one and they keep committing suicide. You remember the last one, it just blows itself in the head. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's more like that, or is it more like Lawnmower Man?
Lawnmower Man is what they're hoping for. You know, like this idea that, I mean, that is, again, a singularity idea. That's, you know, one of the birthplaces in terms of the, you know, the movie genre. That's what they think that they're heading towards. Into well, actually, like Tron, you know, with the MCP, you know, because it's all about ultimate power, right? That's what the singularity is ultimate power, but without individuality.
Well, yeah, no, and the Borg reference. The Borg reference I made, I think, is quite apt for this, because you're going to turn yourself into a hive mind. You're all going to be connected, and you're going to lose 4 of your 5 senses, if not all of them, really. I mean, are you even going to think for yourself anymore? We don't know.
Well, it's the whole, I mean, who knows? And it depends on how it's approached. You know what I mean? On how they introduce it. And the thing is, it'll come in through augmentation. That's, you know, because it'll be about convenience. So, you know, having this thing makes it convenient, or gives your child the advantage in school, or whatever it happens to be. You know what I mean? There's always going to be some way of playing it so that people adopt it, because it will have to be adopted.
So you think it's kind of like changing the DNA to create the perfect child? You know, that type of situation.
No, that's what I mean, because it's more technological augmentation, right? I mean, you would also include possibly gene therapy too, but that would be in order to make them more viable for the augmentation process. So the augmentation is where the technology comes in.
So are we just going to end up like Futurama with heads in jars? Is that what's going on here?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh my god, that'd be horrible. Cabbage living forever with his head in a jar, just fucking yelling at me every day. Fuck that.
Yeah, but the great thing is, well, no, you couldn't do that anyway, because eventually you just run out of jars. You know what I mean?
That's a fair point. You would run out of jars. You got to keep a slave race of people that, you know, have their whole body, not just their head. That way they can make the jars.
Mining asteroids to get the jars.
Oh shit. No, but it's really interesting, because you're right. It is the wealthy that want to do this, and they're pouring money into it hand over fist, aren't they?
Well, yeah. I mean, everything to do with technology they're pumping into, because it is the. I mean, I mean, even if you take out the fact that they're just rich, I mean, like, take out the idea that they're rich and they want to, you know, live forever or whatever. That's, you know, at the end of the day, technology is the up and coming industry, you know, biotechnologies and things like that. These are all the markets which are going places. You know, who wants to invest in what, milk? You know what I mean?
Well, you know how much milk I go through in my house? Invest in milk, people. Good idea.
Well, milk prices fluctuate very, you know, commodities markets are extremely, you know, volatile. But, you know, do you want to go in blue chip stuff, or do you want to go, into the, if you want to make money, the markets you go into are going to be, you know, the ones which are creating the new industries. Just like, you know, back in the day of the .com stuff, you've got the bio industries which are doing their .com thing right now.
All right. Listen up, you British wackadoo. I'm not afraid of you. I'm just coming off a workout, so.
Yeah. Good man. Excellent.
So you haven't even showered yet?
No, I did. I already did shower. I've after re-breaking my ankle about 6 months back. It's been a very slow climb, and I just am now able to get back and doing heavy elliptical. So I do about 800 calories an hour, and I'm trying to work back up to that sweet spot of 1500.
So you're whining.
Yeah.
So what?
Nobody cares.
So you're whining.
Whining what?
Nobody cares. No, nobody cares. Okay?
No, whatever. Dave, go ahead.
All right. So listen, the reference you were making about RoboCop 2 is slightly incorrect. You were actually looking more for the Lawnmower Man reference, because in RoboCop 2, those people that were put in the second RoboCop bodies were actually used to being, it's much like the same as when Alex Murphy was in it. They're these police officers that are so used to the physical, to have that actually stripped away is part of stripping the identity, which is why they kill themselves.
Exactly. But if you listen to the rest of it, I was saying that because it would be so diametric, it would be so different, because you wouldn't actually be yourself, because you wouldn't have those hormones which would be naturally responding. You'd have this weird algorithm that was giving you false feedback.
Right.
And it wouldn't give you the same response. So you wouldn't be yourself in your own body. And then you get the robot shooting itself in the head, you see?
Real quick.
No, that's why I said on a certain level you're wrong, because the Lawnmower Man would actually be more an acute reference to the loss of physical identity.
But look, okay, so you found a reference that you preferred. It doesn't make mine wrong.
No, you can't handle somebody coming in and whooping your ass in an actual discussion.
But you haven't whooped anything. All you said is what you prefer.
This is why people don't like you. Hey, you don't want people to talk to you. You don't want a conversation because you don't want a conversation because you keep getting your ass kicked.
Why are you being such a little bitch?
See, this is why people don't like you.
Well, excuse me, you're the one who came in. We're in the middle of an interesting discussion. You're the one who wanted to come in and try to play the big boy. I mean, come on, you want to put your big boy pants on, then, go with it. But it's just that all you're doing is acting like a petulant child in short shorts.
You know he's gone, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, but he heard me, what I said. He knows that.
Okay.
Playing like a fucking kid.
I tried to interrupt you guys for a reason. MC had a good point in the chat. Issue begins with Unimind would lose all humanity to include no need for reproduction. So the people that merged with the AI would be the last generation, pretty much, I think is what he's saying. And I tend to agree there. And Dade, don't let Cabby run you off. Fight back. I know you can rant better than him.
Yeah, you bullshit. Yeah, but that's the whole point. All he can do is rant. There's no substance. That's what he does. That's how he rolls.
I stand by what I said. You're both wrong. If you want to do...
Yes, well, no one gives a shit what you think. Like, shut up.
You never give a shit what I think. Anyway, you're both wrong. Altered carbon. If you want to use an option, altered carbon is better. The book, not the TV series.
Yes, but it's still about artificial intelligence.
No, it's about human intelligence.
Well, okay, yeah. Okay. So basically, everyone goes out and takes a shitload of peyote. We can always get high. It's basically just promoting the fucking hippie. You're going back to the 60s, and look what that did for everyone.
Well, you want to talk about hippies? Jacob in the chat says, Mad Dodge, talk about the lizard people and how they're invading the overworld. Okay. All right. David Icke. How crazy is this fucking guy? Or is he crazy like a fox? Like, he's brilliant, right? How many books has he written on fucking lizard people? Dude's a millionaire.
Yeah, I've met him.
You fucking would. You would.
No, I have. No, because my uncle lives in Newport in the Isle of Wight. And the beach, like where my uncle's house, it's only about six houses down from where David Icke lives. And just, we're out on the beach. And he walks his dog on the beach. And just happened to, he happened to be there. Just got chatting to him. He's actually not mental in the way that people think. I mean, obviously, he's got a few quirky ideas, but I mean, you know, he doesn't come across as a, you know, total fucking whack job. He doesn't start trying to pick weevils out your ears or anything.
A few fucking wacky ideas, Gabby. Come on.
Well,
Come on.
you know. But no, seriously, he comes across as a really. I mean, if you didn't know who he was, you know, you sit down and have a pint with him, you really wouldn't have any idea. He's a really average guy. Really is.
An
Certainly
average
was when I
guy
met him.
an average guy who believes in lizard people. Let's talk about the lizard people.
Yeah, well, yeah. But the thing was, originally it was a metaphor, and then he doubled down on it. That's a mistake that he made. Originally, he actually said it was a metaphor, and then he claimed it was real.
Well, I mean, everybody ran with it, right?
Well, no, because he ran out of things. You see, this is the problem with people like David Icke. It's the same thing that happened with Alex Jones, right? Alex Jones, it's like, how far can you push things, right? How crazy can I get? How wild can I get? Same thing with David Icke, right? Because they've got to keep on making their money. You know, they have an audience, and they have to feed the the machine. They've got to make an income. So, like, you can't just keep selling the same old books. You've got to come out with some new wackier, crazier idea. Or you've got to act in a wackier, crazier way, in order to get the attention of the people so they keep paying you.
Well, you've met David Icke. Can we get him on board for the Nazi Penguin idea?
No, like I said, I met him once in passing on a beach. It's not like we met up and, we became blood brothers or something. There was no ceremony.
Come on, Gabby. Come on.
And that was like, what, 15, 18 years ago?
Oh, call him up. It'll be fine.
God almighty. Hey, talk about tenuous.
This is Cabbage.
David, you may not remember you may not remember me, but we once happened to have a chat about 18 years ago while you were walking your dog.
By the way,
I think he's gonna remember that
dog. How's the dog doing? Oh, the dog died. Yeah. It was eaten by a lizard person. Oh, well. you want to come on a live stream?
Yeah, the queen ate it.
I'm sure that conversation will go great, Cabby.
Now that one, I would believe the queen ate it.
Yeah. He's not such a bad guy, I don't think. I mean, he is a bit mental, but can you stop echoing, please? Common sense. Put your headphones on.
But no, we got a funny. Jacob in the chat says, Mad Dodge, they're blood brothers till death. They share the same lizard woman. Sir Blumpkin says, hookers have flooded Craigslist after Backpage got shut down. How did hookers flood Craigslist when they don't even have a dating section anymore? Like, they totally cut that out because of hookers.
Well, then you just put, cooch for hire. Just put it under, I don't know, industrial. Just put it under, like, industrial engineering or something. Just recategorize it. People will always find a way. Nature finds a way.
How's it going, Common Sense guy?
Yeah, not
Why
too
are you
bad.
still
How's
echoing?
you guys doing?
Can't you put your headphones on?
I've got my headphones in.
Why is it still echoing?
Probably because I'm on my phone. Let me see.
But yeah, no, we're talking about lizard people and I guess now hookers. Is there a connection between hookers and lizard people?
There's definitely a new conspiracy.
You never know nowadays.
Yeah, well, I'm figuring the lizard people are the pimps, right? Show them the pimp tail.
Oh my God. Really?
Yes, I made that joke.
There?
Yes, I did. I thought it was a clever joke. Maybe it fell flat. What do you think, Cabby?
Oh, I thought it was sound, mate. I thought it was right on the nail.
Is that better or am I still echoing?
I was thinking about the lizard, with the big clock you know, around the gold clock around this neck and stuff.
Yeah, no, and it just fucking whips the bitch in the face with its tail. And you're good, common sense guy. No more echo.
Yeah, I know where you go. I know where you were going. It was funny.
See, I got jokes, Sherardy, and I'll never say your name right.
Jokes, but they are, but they're well shrouded. They are shrouded.
And they almost always fall flat.
They're time released.
Yeah. It's not my fault. You have to think about it for a second. Maybe you should be quicker.
You got to deconstruct it and say, "Oh yeah, that should have been funny if we had said it the right way."
Oh. I see what's going on here. No, common sense guy. It's open mic night.
Mad Dodge night.
Yeah, common sense guy. It's open mic night. Not attack Mad Dodge night. No. But
I stand by.
Oh, well, that's every other night.
Mad Dodge night. Hey MC, why don't you join in the fun?
Is there anything you wanted to bring up tonight, there, common sense guy? I didn't see you doing a stream today, so.
No, I unfortunately had some personal issues to take care of with a friend. But no, I wanted to actually jump on the conversation that you were having about humanity having two different classes, as in, but I actually really wanted to jump into that, about humanity having two different classes, as in being uploaded and not uploaded. I think that's a very, very interesting and probably a very likely next step in evolution for us.
Oh, transhumanism? Ugh.
Kinda.
Back on the subject,
we initially started on.
Yeah, well, that's what he wanted to drag us back to after we went through all of whatever that garbled nonsense was that we'd have spent the last 10 minutes doing.
Hey, lizard hookers.
And lizard people.
Yes, exactly. See,
I thought the lizards were the pimps.
Well, it doesn't matter. We're back to transhumanism. Stop trying to correct the conversation.
I'm just correcting Mad.
Yeah, well, you see, chicks always want to fucking get in the bloody business.
Yeah, well, I do it every other day, so what's going to stop me today?
No, okay, common sense guy. What do you think about that? Wouldn't there be two different classes of people, right? I mean, there'd be the people that could afford to live forever, and there would be the people propping them up.
Yeah, no, that's definitely correct. I definitely think there would be, especially at the beginning. The thing is, just like with any sort of human species, it would come to a point, human species, because there's tons of us, obviously, and different diversities of us. Anyway, when it comes to different classes, you always will have people that will be the ones that have the money to do what they want. But the thing is, when it comes to this transhumanism type thing, who's going to be the ones that look after them? And eventually the people that do look after them are going to realize that they're not going to have any repercussions, so they can do what the fuck they want anyway.
That's where the automation and everything comes in as well. So you have the automata, which are going to be the subhumans. So the actual, the human beings will become totally irrelevant, because you're going to have automata which are, functioning on AI. And then you'll have these people who, if they can ever get the singularity idea to work, then they're going to be the sort of, the elite, like I said, like the Eloi and the Morlock, the time machine kind of thing.
Well, what happens when the wealthy class splits? You have people like Elon Musk that want to go to Mars, and then you have other people that want to create the singularity. Aren't they going to come into conflict sooner or later?
What do you mean?
Well, actually, it depends on which one.
Or conflict, sorry.
I was going to say that it also depends on which one wins out first. If you have the people that be able to get to Mars and actually can do the colony first, then 9 times out of 10, people go with the path of least resistance. But if the singularity happens first, then you'll go with the singularity.
Yes, but, common sense guy, remember that, VHS versus Betamax. Betamax was a far superior technology, but it lost out.
Yeah, because of the easy access. as I said, path of least resistance.
Because of marketing and things like that. So that actually means that you're going to end up with a second-rate piece of equipment. And really, when you're plugging something into your head or you're trying to transfer, you really don't want to do it into a second-rate piece of equipment, do you?
No, I agree, but that's the thing.
If it's market-based, it's going to be interesting. And the thing that concerns me is who they're going to test it on first. Because they're not going to plug it. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do it to themselves because they've tested it on somebody else.
No,
you know that for sure.
They're going to test it on the people who need the money the most, just like they do.
Well,
just like they do with everything else. They run tests on people who need the money. They're lab rats, so to speak.
She has a point.
Well, it's going to be things like criminals. Testing. Yeah, but it's going to be criminals. Yeah, it's going to be criminals, though. And also, of course, we've got massive mechanisms.
Wait a minute. You're going to upload Suge Knight onto the fucking AI system first? The motherfucker, you don't want to do that. That's not a good idea.
But the thing is, when you upload it doesn't matter.
You don't want to upload Ted Bundy. I know he's dead, but I'm just bringing his name out of the hat.
I thought you were Ted Bundy. Isn't that what Bollocks said?
No, Bollocks is a liar. Everybody knows.
No, he's not. He's king. Bollocks is king.
You worry about uploading Ted Bundy, but you don't realize that the people you are going to upload are the Ted Bundys that were never
of the future. Absolutely, these are the sociopaths. You're going to be and also reproducible sociopaths, because then you can clone people. If you can ever do this technology, don't forget that you can literally clone yourself. Because if it does work in that kind of way, you can make as many copies of yourself as you like.
I'll be the last one. I volunteer to be the last one uploaded, but don't get upset when I pull the plug on y'all.
I don't want to be uploaded.
Okay, Sherardi will help me pull the plug.
Yes. I don't want any electronics put into me at all.
No, that's the whole point. But, I mean, the singularity is where you don't have anything inserted. Don't worry, there's going to be no penetration. Right? It will just be a brain scan.
There will be penetration, but from my husband, no one else, or nothing else.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You can do whatever you like during the brain scan. That's not my concern.
Shirati does bring up an exceedingly important point, though. Not everybody is going to be part of the singularity, because the singularity would mean that you would have to be uploaded to a computer, which means naturally the people that are not rich, that cannot afford anything, for people that are not going to be a benefit to society, are still going to be alive and still going to be human. So does that mean that we're going to have a two-tier race as well, as in the separate beings? You're going to have the people that are in the singularity and people that are going to be farmers and so on and so forth.
That was what I was saying before, was it's going to end up as like the Morlocks and the Eloi, from Time Machine, the H.G. Wells book.
Well, no, real quick though, Common Sense Guy, that's what I was saying as well. But Sherardi, Sir Blumpkin in the chat says, you put a vibrator in you. That's technology.
I do not.
I don't know how. I was going to say, I don't know how he knows that. Maybe he's
you're being penile.
But
I most certainly do not. You can ask my husband.
No, she uses purely organic cucumbers.
I do not. I put my husband in me.
And the occasional courgette.
Moving on.
Or maybe a squash.
What?
Wow. That girl's got some girth.
Wow, you boys are hitting below the belt today.
Well, that's what we're aiming for.
A little bit below the belt. Yeah, exactly. That's where the squash is going.
Nope. It most certainly is not.
Well, it is Halloween. Try a pumpkin.
Oh dear.
Someone's tried it somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere out in the Midwest, I guarantee it.
Yeah, I was going to say Oklahoma.
Long dark nights.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine.
Let me go into Pornhub. I'm sure there's a fucking video of it somewhere as well.
I don't even want to. Oh my god. Ow. Oh my god, the thought of someone even trying that would...
Just loosen up. You need some more lube.
Oh no, that
Yeah, that's like a bucket with a KY jelly.
Just think you could do that under the singularity.
No, that. Ow!
Just think you could do that under the singularity. It's not going to hurt.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Oh.
That's the noise you'd be making.
No,
we
no,
could
please. The thought just. Ow!
We can lacquer you in Teflon.
Jesus
now, look,
Christ.
we'll lacquer you in Teflon.
I know Rule 34.
If
it exists, there's porn of it. But still, no.
Yes. Seriously, we'll just lacquer your thighs with Teflon. It'll get in there. We'll manage it.
No.
Damn it.
No.
We'll all take turns kicking it. We'll take turns kicking it.
Please, no.
This is what I get for having an open mic night. What the fuck was I thinking?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not normally like this.
Yes, you are.
I'll tell you what. I'll bring the jackhammer.
I blame Jensen.
I blame Jensen. It's all Jensen's fault.
I blame anyone else apart from me.
And Ogre and RPR. Jesus Christ, I'm glad I'm wearing a headset because my kids really don't need to hear this stuff.
Yeah. But you getting rogered by a pumpkin.
Oh.
This close to Halloween? Are you kidding me? When somebody think of the children.
Hey, Cabbage, it would be a trick to get it up there, but it'd be a treat once it's there.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, no. Yeah, the chat. Alfred says... No, wait, real quick, Cabby. Alfred Keith says, Mad Dodge, just make sure you blow the candle out first.
No, you see, that was the question I was going to have. Is it still going to have the candle burning? You know, it's like, an invite.
See, we didn't say it was a jack-o'-lantern. We just said it was a pumpkin.
That's true. Yeah, no, she's got to take it all.
No!
Yeah, there's no hollowing it out.
All right, enough. Change topic. Why can't we go back to transhumanism?
We didn't like that topic.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I didn't like the lizard people topic.
Yeah, well, you don't like a lot of things. You always fucking moan, and then when we start shoving pumpkins up you change your tune, don't you?
Jesus Christ!
Oh, holy hell. Okay, all right.
I'm killing your wife.
I didn't do it.
I suppose the good thing is at least the squash is sounding more appealing now.
So hard.
Well, the chop is sounding less appealing.
Okay, so I'm joining the Matrix now.
I am so gonna make her smack you so hard.
She throws stuff, but I'm good at dodging. Mad dodge. Yeah.
Well, I'm still gonna make her smack you so hard.
The pumpkin idea was Cabby, right, Cabby?
No, I didn't say it. No, I don't know where that idea came from. You're gonna have to go back and listen back. I think it was Common Sense who came up with that one.
I know. I just come up.
You guys were bad, and the chat just made it worse.
I said courgette. I definitely remember. Definitely a courgette.
Yeah, and I went to a squash, and you then went to its logical partner in crime.
That's true. Yes, because it was Halloween. That's true. Okay, yeah. Guilty as charged, my lord.
Clap me in irons, sir. Clap me in irons.
You got me.
All right. Well,
it's a fair call.
Speaking of the crown and arresting people, is there any news on old Tommy?
Thursday he's back in court again, and the judge has arbitrarily thrown an extra 2 charges on him. It's fucking disgraceful.
Really? What are the other charges?
I'm not sure, and I've been looking for them. He hasn't mentioned them on his videos.
Well, give me a couple
apparently
of
there are 2 more charges.
Let's see if I can find.
So yeah, they are determined to do him, because the thing is, even if he was convicted of the charges that were levied against him currently, he's actually exceeded the jail time that would be required because he's been on on a tag, so he's been on home arrest. So you get half time served if you're on home arrest, but if you add that together, then he's already done his time and more.
Yeah,
that's why they
would have
had
been
to
time
add
served.
exactly. So now they're adding these 2 extra charges so they can try and bang him up again.
Well, I have a quick question to everybody on this one. Obviously, the case that obviously was to do with Tommy Robinson is actually just finished. Literally 2 days ago, finished.
Not quite. Actually, there's still more sentencing done that for another part of the group.
Oh, fair enough. But basically, the court case has actually been decided, and they've been decided that they're guilty. It's just a case of sentencing then. So there's only, about 10 people left, isn't there? Something like that.
Only that many rapists.
Yeah. But wouldn't it be by Thursday? Wouldn't it be finished? Because it's still going on day by day at the minute. But even if it's not finished, most of it has been finished. So for the crimes of contempt of court, which meaning that he actually affected the court case, there is no evidence that he affected the court case. So how can he be in contempt of court?
But everyone knows that from the day that it happened, because the information he was providing on the video that he was doing, he was reading off the BBC website.
Oh, no, I know that.
He didn't actually add anything himself. So
no, I know
never
that
was in contempt of court.
Well, no,
Gabby, I know that. What it was meaning.
Real quick, you guys are both right. Sir Bumpkin says something in the chat that's interesting. Tommy Robinson needs to be granted asylum in the United States. I don't think he wants to go to the United States. I think he wants to stay and fight for the UK. I believe he.
No, he does.
Yeah, he believes in
English
his country.
through and through, mate. Oh yeah, he's going nowhere.
Well, maybe prison.
Well, even then, it'll be an English one. It won't be an American one.
I don't know. It could take the complete piss and put him in Wales.
But it has been struck down. So the video that said he had 2 extra charges added has been completely taken down.
No, they're putting a total cordon around this thing. It's bizarre, and I've been looking and I can't find anything.
It's the same thing as what happened last time. It's just a media blackout. There'll be a gag order on all of the newspapers and everything again, the same as there was last time on it.
Absolutely.
It says the Crown has added 2 charges to Tommy Robinson's pending retrial, but the video is gone. All I have is the comments to go off of, and I'm reading through those right now.
Okay, well, the Crown added the charges, which is the Crown's court. Once again, I get back to the fact that you're a monarchy, and why doesn't the Queen step in and say, you know what, leave him the fuck alone?
Because the Queen can't indirectly. Yeah, go on.
It would create a constitutional crisis.
Yep.
That's the
You're telling me the Queen can't grant a pardon like the President of the United States can? It's not a constitutional crisis when he frees somebody from prison.
I mean, technically she could, but never do it. No, because it would create that problem.
Well, that's the whole reason why Oliver Cromwell went to thingy, to make sure that they could be there in principle. But they have the laws that if they want to use them, but if they do use them, then Parliament will fight against Queen and country.
Well, it sounds like a fucked up fucking setup. All right, either be a monarchy or don't be.
It's just
there's
different.
Reason we're Americans. This could be part of the reason.
Exactly. It's different.
Yeah, it's a fucked up. It's fucked up. Let's be honest, Cappy. It's fucked up.
Oh, it's definitely confused. There's no doubt about that. It needs refining, undoubtedly.
It needs to be codified exactly.
Yes. No, we need a constitution. We need an actual constitution. Simple as that.
We need to become a republic. We need to become a republic.
No, we don't need him to even go to that. We just I mean, a republic, and then the fucking Scots and the Welsh. I mean, the Welsh want to now become a fucking. What was that thing I saw today? That they want to become one of those. What do they call it? You know, like California, where they just let everybody in. You know, they
want to be a sanctuary state, a sanctuary country for us.
Exactly, a sanctuary nation. A sanctuary nation. That's what they're fucking trying to plug now. Unbelievable. It's fucking bizarre. So,
wait, is this the same Welsh that fought English over and over again to preserve their territory? That Welsh?
Yeah, well, you mean the Welsh where Prince Charles is called, you know, I mean, he is the Duke of Wales. Yeah, so.
Prince of Wales,
Wales.
Well, no, I thought the Welsh were known for their rebellions. They were a thorn.
No, that's Scotland.
Yeah, but he's also the Duke of Cornwall as well. So, you know, well, he's Prince of Wales.
No, that's Harry.
Well, he used to be Duke of Cornwall. Did he have to hand that over?
No, he's the Prince of Wales. His
but he's Prince of Wales. But
his wife. Yeah, but his wife at the time is Duchess. His wife is called the Duchess of Cornwall.
Oh, okay. So the Duchess, right? I knew this Duchess. I mean, because they give them out like fucking sweeties.
You guys can't even keep track. Oh, I'm sorry, sorry.
Well,
I need an adult.
Well, I need someone from your country, i.e., the UK, to, well, explain some of this. Because I'm reading a comment and says, we're back to the piss Christ whence no one was arrested. While Andres Serrano's piss Christ, and that's in quotes, cannot merit legal prosecution, it ought to have seen Serrano's financial patronage dry up like the morning dew in Death Valley. Imagine what would happen if someone submerged Corin?
Yeah. It just sounds like the ramblings of a stoner. I have no idea what the fuck that person's going on about.
Well,
no, Cabby can only speak drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, but that's just rambling nonsense.
Yeah, there's no legal terminology in there.
All right, I'm looking at the chat. Joshua says, remove the monarchy and have a republic. Sir Blumpkin says, isn't it funny that the BBC employed and actively defended pedophiles, but they get a guy arrested for criticizing an article?
Yeah, well, you know, you got Twitter people being arrested as well, so, you know.
Well, and Nazi, do we have to talk about the Nazi pug?
Nazi pug, really? Yeah. Like, the world's upside down, mate. The world is upside fucking down. It really
well, and to be fair,
the reason
no, wait a minute, real quick. Dankula didn't fucking do the salute, right? The pug did. So why didn't the dog catcher show up? Why did the cops? Anyway, now you can go, Shirley.
Well, the reason I said I wanted one of you to figure this out for me was because a lot of these comments say something about Piss Christ and TR, who I'm assuming is Tommy Robinson. I have no idea what that is. But I would.
You'll have to screen share if you can.
If you really want to know, what's going on with that, Shimari, that is actually not, all right, a British thing. That was a guy who stood up there and got funded by the NEA, the National Endowment of the Arts, right? And what he did for his endowment was he stood up there, took a jar of urine, right, and stuck a crucifix in it, and he got paid by public funds in the United States for that, and they called it Piss Christ. That's what he's referring to. And unfortunately, this happened back, I think, in was it the 90s, either late 80s, early 90s, when they did this. And it was intended just as part of this left-wing thing to take on the establishment at the time, where they believed that the establishment for the conservatives were running roughshod over everybody because, you know, there was Christ everywhere, and we were going to sit up there and demonstrate to the people that we don't, you know, we can do whatever we want. That's what.
So it was a crazy American thing then.
Yes, it was.
Well, I'm glad somebody understands it.
All right, so you didn't need a British person to explain it because it was a crazy American who was doing it.
Yeah, a crazy Yank.
The problem wasn't that it was freedom of speech. The problem was that it was paid for by our government.
Well, yeah, no, and Alfred in the chat says Piss Christ was 1987. So I don't know.
That's probably why I don't know it, because that was when I was born.
But there was also one, wasn't there?
I'm older than you.
I'm older than you.
Yes.
Wasn't there also one which was the Madonna, and it was done with feces?
Yes, that was another one that they did, and it was also another one that got funding from the NEA.
God, now I feel
really. I thought it rang a bell.
Really old, because I thought for sure that you were older than me.
Ah,
I know, right? Like 87, I was 3 years old. Like, goddamn. I was
you're
a
all
kid.
old
I don't remember
bastards.
No, Shirati, you're not old. You're just decrepit.
Oh, fuck you, Cabby. You're older than I am. You're probably older than frickin' MC.
Cabby.
I'm older than time.
Cabby, drop the house on her and steal her fucking slippers.
I don't
Or
have
use the
slippers to
pumpkin.
steal, bitch.
Or use the
I'm gonna-
pumpkin. Drop the
I'm
house
gonna
and use
bring
the pumpkin.
Oh. No. If you're gonna drop a house on me, drop it on me properly.
Necrophilic pumpkin action. Holy shit, that's an entire new genre on fucking Pornhub, that one.
God,
Yeah, I don't think that one's been done.
You guys are terrible.
That one's definitely not been done. I think we can make some money here.
That's that.
Did you not see Rule 34?
Oh, Hammered Spud is making fun of my alcoholism. He says in 87, Mad Dog only drank 3 days a week. I was 3 years old, dude.
That doesn't
He
justify,
only
that
drank
doesn't
half
justify
a day.
your alcoholic habit now, does it?
Hang on
Well,
a
you
minute.
know, it calmed me down when I had colic. You know?
Mad Dog.
Yeah, but
Mad Dog.
but the fact was your mother was an alcoholic, so you know
Bloody
you get
hell.
breastfed.
Okay.
You're a
live,
bitch. You're a bitch. That's exactly what I was going to fucking say, but I was going to preface it with saying, don't take this the wrong way, you cunt.
All right,
God, you're one of those nice Brits, aren't you? Don't take
Sometimes.
this the wrong way.
Cunt.
Really? Yeah, but the fact that you started it with "Don't take this the wrong way," it's like
Yeah.
you're one of those nice Brits. I'm used to dealing with the ones that are, well, cabby.
Yeah, right. Or bollocks.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, don't take this the wrong way, but fuck you.
Yeah, you don't ever.
Real quick, don't take this the wrong way, but Alfred says in the chat, drop the house and watch the pumpkin pop.
Oh!
He wins the chat for tonight.
Got a catapult.
Boys, what is your problem with me tonight? I haven't done a goddamn thing to either one of you except for Dodge. Well, I told Cabby he was wrong.
Just let it go. You're just gonna go dig deeper.
Yeah, I don't understand why you do this to yourself.
I know.
Why do you do it to
Every
yourself?
time I say something, it makes it worse.
Not gonna help. It does.
Yeah, you're walking deeper in the pumpkin patch.
when you're in a hole, stop digging.
Yeah.
Who did it? Who did it the other day? Who kept digging themselves into a hole?
Oh, I don't know.
Was it memes?
There's so many.
It's usually memes.
Yeah, it's normally memes. To be fair though, instead of using the pumpkin, shouldn't we use a marrow instead?
A what?
Oh, a marrow.
A marrow.
And certainly
What
easier
is
for
that?
a mallet. Yeah, then if you got a mallet, you get yeah, definitely a marrow. You know, it's
What the
like
hell
a
is a
big
marrow?
aubergine. A big aubergine, a very big aubergine.
What the hell's an
A
aubergine?
very big long aubergine.
What the hell's an aubergine?
What do Americans call aubergines?
I don't know.
I mean,
Stuff
I've heard
that
of
we
an
don't eat.
aubergine before.
Is that
I've
eggplant? Is that
I've
eggplant?
heard. Oh,
Oh God.
Is that eggplant?
I know what an
Yeah.
eggplant is. Eggplants are very good fried.
Yeah. How are they inserted?
I don't know. They inserted into my mouth. Once they're fried.
Oh dear.
They're very
dear.
good. Once
You know
they
before
are
when we
fried.
said don't carry on talk, you know when you said just don't talk because you're digging yourself deeper? Yeah, inserting it into your mouth is not anything better than inserting it into somewhere else.
Once they are fried.
Didn't say that to begin with.
I finished it off
It
with
needs
once
to be
they are
baked.
fried.
It needs an oven. It needs an oven.
See, this is why I only have like 13% female viewership, Cabby. I'm just throwing that
Oh,
out there.
I don't care. They'll take the
Please.
piss out of me all night, and I will come back for more because
You're a decent human being.
No, she
No,
likes
it
the
doesn't.
eggplant in her mouth.
Aww.
You're
She's
getting
an
me back
eggplant
for all
addict.
those times I took the piss out of you, aren't you, Dodge?
Yeah, well, I can swing back.
You think?
All right.
Oh, well, I suppose I need to ask one question. How long
What's
does it take you to turn eggplant into mayonnaise?
Oh, that's just wrong.
I don't know. I was thinking about how long would it take to ferment.
Oh,
Wait,
We could always do some nog.
You're
Could always have
Right.
some nog.
There's got to be some yeast. It's got to be yeast.
Oh
there.
no, let's no
Happening.
infection.
Losing an appetite at the same time during this conversation.
Oh, Allie, you might want to run right now.
Oh God, she's not afraid of you. She's not afraid. She will help you. She will help you.
What's going on? I know the stream's been lasting for an hour already, but what's the context?
We're talking about inserting vegetables. What is your preference?
They are taking the piss out of me. Bad.
Oh,
We're inserting eggplant into orifices and asking how long it takes it to turn into mayonnaise.
Oh, really? This has to do with the comments about artificial cucumbers.
Yes.
They tried to say that they would put a pumpkin inside of me as well, and then drop a house on me and watch it pop.
Why drop a house on
it'd
you?
be fun.
If they push a
Well,
pumpkin
like a
out of your
catapult.
oven, they technically already made a pumpkin pie.
Well,
Wait.
Oh, Ollie!
I'm still worried about the yeast infections. You know what I mean?
It's all right, Cabby. You can eat that kind of yeast, apparently. Just ask a feminist.
Oh.
And you know, considering that pumpkins have seeds, you could say you seeded her.
Aww. That's not nice.
Little baby
After all the
pumpkins.
stuff
No,
that
should
you've
be popping them
said,
out.
after all the stuff that you've said, that's not nice.
yeah, right.
Yeah. You're supposed to have protection when you do stuff like this. You can't just be seeding people for no reason.
Hey, Charlotte,
Yes, my love.
would you let me seed you if I was able to?
No, because I have a husband, love.
You cock tease. You
Yes.
cock tease.
Wait, don't owls lay eggs?
Does it matter? I said if I was able to.
Well, hang on a second. You do realise that for owls to be able to lay eggs, that they have to actually have sex first, and there has to be semen that actually enters the egg for it to start fermenting, start processing.
Fermenting. Fermenting. You see, I told you, man. You can't get it out of your head. You're thinking about that. You're thinking about that frosty fanny. It's going to be frothing when that's getting ready. A little bit of aubergine. Yeah. Aubergine.
What can I say? I'm looking
beer.
forward to eggnog this year.
Yeah.
Oh God, I should be drinking.
Well, there's plenty of hentai games where you show chicken eggs up a girl's vagina.
Oh.
All I heard was girl's vagina, and I'm sold.
Yeah.
I said there's plenty of hentai games where you show eggs up a girl's vagina.
Yeah, but they're not fun. That's not real.
You want to do it IRL, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see the
Yeah,
muscles
but
cross the
they're
egg.
not-
Dodge is talking.
Yeah, no, the
Plastic
chat.
egg. They're
Real
not
quick.
real egg. They're
Real
fraud.
quick, Aunt Jack says, speaking of pumpkin, I just finished baking pumpkin bread from scratch. Did it come from Sherardi? Anyway, Sir Blumpkin says make pumpkin cream pie.
Yeast.
No,
It came from
No,
the
sir.
snatch.
Will you ever pronounce my name correctly, Dodge?
nope,
No.
not gonna happen. I know it pisses you off now. So
I never said it
So-
pisses me off. I just
No,
wondered
she's a
if.
personal pronoun person. Well, you keep mentioning it, so it obviously has a particular issue about it.
No, I just love the
Well,
fact that you
Well,
can't
then
pronounce
don't
my
fucking
name.
mention it. So shut up.
Really?
Yeah.
Remember, he's not the nice
You know,
Brit.
you know that's never gonna happen, Cabbage. Never. It
Well,
doesn't
of course,
matter.
That's what makes it funny.
Shorty was right about me helping Dodge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
All right. It is open mic night. Anything you want to talk about, Allie? You just joined us.
First off,
Shirati's vagina is a good place to start.
Yeah.
is it immaculate?
Well, we started off with
If it's not immaculate,
transhumanism.
I'm not into.
We started off
Yeah,
with
it started off
transhumanism,
actually
then-
quite intellectually, and we ended up with vaginal fucking. Well, I
Assault,
don't know
pretty
what.
much.
Yeah.
Well, then
Well,
you know
again,
how you.
I'm sorry.
Then you know how you summon the lewd owl.
Well, then we got into hookers and lizard people. Lizard
Well,
people
that
being
explains
the
why you're
pimps
talking about
of
your
the-
vagina.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did. And then we had the pumpkin episode. We had Pumpkin Gate.
Yeah.
We did, yeah. We've had
Pumpkin
Pumpkin Gate.
So can we progress?
Anus
Sure, you're
Gate?
not gonna digress.
Oh, real quick. I don't know if you've seen this, Dodge.
You can't just jump straight to the
Hang on,
anus.
hang
You've got
on,
to
just
have
a
the
second.
perineum. You've got to have perineum
Hang
or
on.
anus gate.
Hang on, just a second. I don't know if you've seen this, Dodge, but Tema said it might be a little bit longer than she thought. She's still dealing with IRL stuff.
All right. No, it's all good. No, anybody got a topic other than pumpkins and vaginas?
That's all I got.
Breastfeeding Mad Dodge when he was 3 years old. Breastfeeding Mad Dodge when he was 3 years old, and what alcohol content it was.
Yeah, I want to have that charm on that proof check.
Wow.
I wish my parents were nice enough to give me some beer at 3. That would have been cool.
Jesus Christ.
Doesn't matter. As long as your mum was
Yeah,
drinking
that's a
it,
topic.
you got some.
We could be talking about alcohol.
Ain't Jack says, can you live on McDonald's?
Yes, you can, but you'll
Not
die
a good
quicker.
idea.
Say yes,
Yeah.
you can, but you don't want to.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that was the what was that? What was that documentary that was done? It was
Supersize me.
Maxed Out. Yeah, Supersize Me. Yeah, I mean that really show. Yeah, so try it. You'll end up with kidney failure.
Yeah.
Only for a little while, and then you'll die.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's a short-term symptom.
Ain't Jack says, how can people live without knowing how to cook? Will a pumpkin cause a prolapse? Oh my god.
Yeah,
How
definitely.
people can live without knowing how to cook. That's easy. Go to a restaurant and buy a meal.
No.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
like
it's
take
Mad
away.
Dodge.
Takeaway. Frozen
Mad
food
Dodge.
at the store.
Mad Dodge,
No
just
longer
to maybe
required
take
know
this
how
to
cook.
maybe to take this to a normal conversation in the actual YouTube chat,
Good
because
luck.
I'm not being able to use it in the side chat, but in the normal YouTube chat, I've put a link into there, and I think you'd be very interested in that story, as it's to do with guns in South Africa.
Yeah, there's lots of them in South Africa.
Not for very much longer. The government's changing it so that they have to have a permit. They can't use for self-defense or for hunting.
If the
What
That's
Zulu
what that
and
story
the
is.
whites,
What other purpose is there apart from self-defense or hunting?
if the Zulu and the whites keep banding together, there's going to be one hell of a war.
Now, I completely not agree with you, but I'm just talking about the fact that the government itself is trying to ban guns.
Yeah, they have
Indirectly.
been for a
you
while
know.
now.
I got to phone my stepbrother because he's living down there at the moment. He moved from Kenya, right? Because things are kicking off up there, and he went to South Africa, and then all this shit kicked off, like a few years ago. And
Are you
he's
sure
got
it's not the
investment.
country, it's just him?
I'm guessing the shit seems to move wherever he goes.
Well, he is part of the cabbage family, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was just him.
Oh, you missed a trick there. He's part of the Cabbage Patch.
Yeah, well, the poor bastard, he's stuck down there now, and he's invested in things like properties, like business properties, not just houses or whatever, not rental things. He's actually got investments and stuff, so he's kind of he's shafted now. He's living in a gated community. And I mean, I'll tell you now, anyone who claims that this stuff, like what Lauren Southern was doing, is false, I've heard it straight from the horse's mouth, you know, from people actually on the ground, that this is...
What, Lawrence? You heard it from Lauren Southern's mouth?
No, not Lauren Southern. I'm saying, I mean, anyone who says that she's talking shit, I'm saying that I've heard
I called her a horse, Cabby. Cabby, I called her a horse.
I'm just saying.
She's not a horse.
I'm just saying.
He's not. He's not.
I'm just saying, if I was alone with Lauren Southern, she wouldn't be talking much. Anyway.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's not a horse.
If I was actually with Lauren Southern, I would actually be gay, and I'd be happy to be gay.
What? What is wrong with
She's a man, you twat. She's legally a man in Canada.
She is not.
She's legally a man in Canada.
She is. It's true. She changed her sex. That's true. She did it. That's the point.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So technically, you'd be a homo. You sick.
And I'd be happy with that, as long as I'm a homo for her.
I'd go gay for Lauren. That should be a bumper
me too.
That needs to be a t-shirt. Like, I gotta make that t-shirt. Yep, check out the merch store on Steam Labs. I'm totally making Stream Labs or whatever. I'm totally making that shirt now.
Steam Labs?
Stream Labs, fuck off.
He means
Sperm
Labs. He means Sperm Labs.
I hate you all, especially you, Sherardi.
You said her name right.
Yay! I'm so happy it's not me for a fucking change.
Yeah.
No, only thing I wish upon you, Cabby, is a year in Paris. It won't be so bad.
You are an evil bastard. You really are. There's no need for that kind of talk. I mean, really.
Up into the houses, that was all good. But, a year in Paris, fuck off and die, cunt.
Everywhere he goes, he's called a European.
Oh, God. Fuck you all. I hate you all now.
You see what we're contending with, and we're meant to be fair and balanced.
Aunt Jack in the chat says, "At least it's not a year in London." Ouch! Shots fired.
Well, it may as well be a fucking year in Bombay. Yeah, let's make it a year in Bombay or fucking. You know what I mean? How would you know the difference?
But no, let's talk a little bit about men's rights issues, and there is going to be that march coming up. Like I talked about earlier, we're going to have the organizer on tomorrow night. I don't know. You guys are in the UK. They're Common Sense Guy and Cabby. Why aren't you guys going to show up and support the march?
Firstly, because it costs a damn fortune to get down to London and stay overnight and things like that. I mean, it is really expensive. Trust me, you have no idea the prices. Go look it up. Even for a simple...
And I don't want to get stabbed. And I just don't want to get stabbed or have acid thrown on me.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. No, because that's not going to happen with this one. It's, I mean, that might happen with, like, the Islam thing and stuff like that. But the men's rights one, I don't think you're going to get many chicks turning up with acid. Number one, they're not good at
I'm not bothered about the chicks.
They'd probably just bring fucking lemon juice or something.
Yeah, I'm not bothered about the chicks. I'm not bothered about the chicks. I'm bothered about getting down there and then getting off the tube station and then having my phone stolen by a moped gang and then being beaten the shit out of by a
like I said, yeah.
And then stabbed.
Exactly. Oh yeah, I mean that's why I was hoping it was somewhere else. We need more demonstrations outside of London because unfortunately nobody really wants to go to London. It's fucking expensive.
It could be worse, Cabby. It could be in Birmingham.
Well, no, I'm just thinking, why don't you guys go hang out with Jensen and B, and there you go. You're good on your lodging for the night.
Because I don't want to get eaten by B. I do not want to get eaten by B. That's why.
Oh god.
Well, she is kind of scary. I got you. I got your point there.
Yeah, and certain things you don't want to necessarily take virtual life into IRL, you know. It's...
8 Jack says, Bombay is full of Indians. Yeah, sounds about like London to me.
Yeah, no, you don't. This is it, exactly. So, you know, there's nothing that's, you know, I would want to go to London for. I mean, even demonstrating, which is why I wish there would be more demonstrations in different, you know, cities, like, you know, in Manchester. I mean, you've got plenty of other cities. I don't understand why everything's got to be in fucking London all the time.
Speaking
And the thing is that there are plenty of people who would demonstrate. I mean, I don't understand why they can't happen simultaneously. You know, plenty of people in Manchester who demonstrate. They wouldn't be as big, obviously, because it'd be. I mean, I understand the dilution issue, but the idea that everyone's got to fucking spend a fortune getting a train ticket down to London. You have no idea. Look at the cost of a fucking train ticket just to go to London from Manchester.
About 158, 168 quid return.
There you go. Yeah. You know, I could fly to fucking Madrid and back for that price on EasyJet and still have money for a bed and breakfast. Seriously, I'm not kidding.
No, I'm laughing at what 8 Jack says. UK's got more than one city.
Yeah, we do. Surprisingly, I know it's weird, isn't it?
Well, we haven't got any cities that are majority white anymore.
No, I don't know about that. No, Bath and Bristol and.
No, they're still not majority.
Southampton, Plymouth. No, they definitely are. I mean,
well,
Manchester is.
Well, no. Let's talk a little bit about
Leeds is.
Let's talk a little bit about men's rights instead of travel plans.
Well, you're the one who
so much more fun.
You're the one who brought the bloody thing up.
You know, fair enough. I was just calling you out. So, I was just calling you out.
And you know, and it blew up in your face, didn't it? It blew up in your face. And then you got bored.
Not really.
Just like the eggplant. Yeah. Just like the eggplant.
No, all I found out. All I found out.
That was after you dropped the house on there.
No, all I found out is common sense guy is scared of acid, and you are a so that's all
oh, excuse me,
wait,
really?
Are you not scared of acid?
Are you saying that
you would spend
£200? When was the last time you spent £200 to demonstrate anywhere? You wouldn't spend $200, right, to go and demonstrate.
I was going to say we use dollars, not pounds.
Yes, well, exactly. I'm saying $200, right? 160 odd pounds.
And I was fucking with you, Cabby.
Yeah, because and you know why? Because you're full of shit.
Fuck off.
Man, aren't you scared of acid?
I've taken LSD a few times. It was fun.
Not that kind of acid, you crap.
I don't know.
Even I'm not scared of that acid.
I went to a few raves in my time.
I can tell.
Are we supposed to be talking about MRA?
Can't stop here. It's backcountry. We got to keep moving. Okay. What's the difference between MGTOW and MRAs, in your opinion, common sense guy? I'm going to throw the ball to you.
Yeah, that's fine. In my opinion, then, MGTOWs are people that are insufferable cunts that can't actually get laid, so they actually just hate women. And MRAs are actually just people that want to see their children.
Oh my god, I'm a MGTOW.
God damn it. That's all you say, too? That's like the first time he's talked.
He's been
talking the whole stream.
I'd say the MGTOW is it's like the equivalent of a feminist. It's the male version of a feminist. I mean, an MRA is just somebody who just wants to try and get there. I mean, you can imagine that like a suffragette. So an MRA is like a suffragette, whereas a MGTOW is like a male feminist.
Okay, let me just change that for you. You mean
well, don't change it. You're not going to change it for me.
No. What I'm saying is that an MRA is a suffragette, and a MGTOW is a suffragette. Remember, the suffragettes were the terrorists, and the suffrages were the people that protested peacefully.
Yes, well, the Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah, suffrages. Yeah. Yes. All right.
All I heard was jizz in there somewhere.
Healthily. Oh, well, yeah, but
yep, he's definitely a MGTOW.
Squeaking.
He's definitely a MGTOW.
What the hell are you squeaking? Why are you squeaking? What the fuck are you doing with your mic? It's like you're scrunching shit. I mean, it's like you're
Yeah, it sounds like
eating
someone's eating.
fucking packaging. What the fuck are you doing?
It's CSG doing something with his mic.
Just all you hear is scrunching and fucking yeah, well, anyway, stop it, whatever it is. It's annoying.
Dude, what the frack was that?
Seriously, why bother? Why are you doing that? That's just fucking obnoxious.
Well, this
Doing
is
what?
degraded.
Why doing what? Oh, well, I didn't do nothing.
No, I blew, but I
It
didn't.
could get worse than talking about vagina and pumpkins.
No, I blew once, but I haven't been doing the other noises.
Oh, it was crunching and stuff, and it seems that you're always the one that seems to be illuminated at the time when it happens. So, yeah, go figure.
All right.
But
Oh,
I'm
the
going
numbers.
to shoot you in the eyeball.
Okay, I'm looking at the chat. Aunt Jack says, MGTOW I know of are all divorced men who had everything taken from them, literally. Exile Opinion says, hey, Mad Dodge. Hey, what's up, Exile? It's open mic night if you want to jump in. The link is up in the chat, or I could throw it out again. But also, me and my wife, you know, I am married, but she's my second wife. I've been divorced before. I didn't like disavow fucking pussy and go all fucking godbrother because that guy's a cunt. And like, I mean, I don't know. A lot of the MGTOWs just seem to be like Christy Winters, but the other side.
I know somebody who's been married, I think it's 5 times. And
Jesus.
the only thing he thinks about women is they shouldn't speak unless spoken to, and they should be barefoot and in the kitchen. Barefoot and pregnant and in the kitchen. Literally, they should not speak unless they're spoken to. And really, really did not like me when I told him to fuck right off.
God,
This old MGTOW thing is better and better.
We're selling one guy on MGTOW. We're not trying to, but we're selling it.
So you're becoming a male feminist.
I don't think I can go that far in reality.
Well, yeah, you haven't gone full MGTOW. You never go full MGTOW.
Well, no, I saw opinions in the chat. He
Treat them
said
like Ferengi women?
exactly. In other words, they're not allowed to wear clothes. They're not allowed to own property or conduct business. They stay at home and naked.
That reminds me of Muslims.
Well, you know, Ferengi had a lot of good points, and Muslims have a few.
Ferengi didn't do nothing wrong.
Hey, at least they're not chained to the stove. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I dare you to chain your wife to the stove. I dare you.
No, no.
You want to keep your head.
Yeah, what would
I
My
wanna
missus
keep-
likes it.
I want to keep my dick wet. Anyway, moving on.
I was going to say, my missus likes it, but only at special occasions, and she likes being handcuffed with fairy cuffs.
Aw, aren't you cute?
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's fun and sexy till you lose the damn keys.
Oh,
That's
sugar,
what hacksaws are for.
Don't you know how to pick handcuff locks?
No.
No, I'm not that
Never
good.
been in trouble that much.
You've never used handcuffs that much either, have you?
Don't need to. I don't normally catch my women. I normally, like make them agree to have sex with me.
No, you just knock them out with the club and then carry them home. That's not catching.
Well, it's one way of catching dinner. Because either way, I'm
I've
eating
been
tonight.
married for nearly 9 years. I use handcuffs.
Yeah, I just said that. Anyway.
Yeah, common sense guy's like, I don't like where this is going. Move along home.
I can bring
No, I
Wolfie
just don't want-
and Mr. K and Miss Steve back in here if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna go now.
No, sugar, stay. I won't bring them back in.
Bye-bye now.
You scared common sense guy away. You really did. Who knew? All you have to do is talk about handcuffs for 30 seconds and you scare away the cat.
Wow. Then he would really be running if you started talking about webs.
Oh, that is one thing that Dodge is absolutely terrified of.
Yeah,
Really
not a fan.
now?
Not a fan of whips. Yeah, if chick pulls out a whip, I'm probably gonna be piecing out like
Screaming?
common sense guy.
Screaming like a little boy.
No, piecing out like common sense guy did. I'm like, okay, I'll talk to you. I'll call you.
So if I sent you a picture of one of them, then it wouldn't be a good day for you?
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying I don't feel like being whipped. I'm not Kuta Kinte.
Yeah, the safe word is "see you tomorrow."
yeah.
That's
I'll
a
call
long
you
safe
later.
word. That's a long safe word, but if I hear it, I will definitely stop whipping.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, these freaks. Where do you find them?
He doesn't
You know,
find us.
we
Yeah,
were
cabbage.
talking about,
Cabbage.
you know,
They-
something interesting like transhumanism. And it was like an intellectual debate that was going on. And then the next thing you know, a bunch of fucking wastrels and strays turn up, right? Contribute fuck all. Just derail everything.
You started this. You started it. You started this.
I
Dick.
started nothing. Right? I was trying to make
You
decent
started this.
stream coming in when it was all happening, and it was very good, and it was all very civilized.
No. First off, you bunch of degenerates. My wife is in the chat, and she says the whip is going to come out, and no, it's fucking not. And Stray Sith Male says his safe word is "ouch, bitch." That fucking hurts.
Oh God. When I was pregnant with my first daughter, my husband was playing with me. He called me a bitch, and I started bawling. And it wasn't the first time he has ever called me a bitch, because he was just playing with me. Oh.
When you say playing, how do you mean?
Yeah, Kevin.
I mean, was he like?
He was just
saying,
messing
bitch,
around.
Bitch.
He goes, "You bitch."
Okay, right. So it wasn't sort of during.
No, Jesus Christ.
It wasn't during. It wasn't during coitus.
Yeah, it wasn't in between the whippings.
Yeah, this ain't prego porn right now.
Oh Jesus! See, I am not being dragged into this degeneracy. You are.
You already joined in, Gabby.
No.
You contributed to it. You're part of it.
No, I am not. No, I reject. I reject your
Someone
reality.
who was talking about shoving pumpkins up my vagina.
That's what I was going to say. You're the one that came up with the pumpkin.
Look.
Wow,
No,
Kevin.
that was
that
was an extension of the, you know, the
take some
whole,
responsibility.
you know, idea. No, because the pumpkin going in, that was more. That was an experimentation. It was conceptual. That's all it
Turnabout's
was.
fair play.
It was purely conceptual. It was a theory. We just wanted to work the theory through. You see?
Pumpkins, eggplant.
Yeah. You see, I just did me a tulip. Yeah. I did me a crown tea. Woo!
Jesus Christ.
Cute old fart.
No, you bunch of degenerates are rubbing off on my wife. She's talking about chains and whips in the chat now. No. I'll go ahead and
We've made pumpkins.
Rebel Oh, I love you.
Yeah, well, don't forget the marrow. You can't forget the marrow. You got other things to shove in there. You've got things to launch.
Jesus Christ. I said eggplant, didn't I?
Well, no, I was the one who translated it. Anyway, I still think that you're probably nothing more than a courgette. So,
what the fuck, Cabby?
I think you're very low.
No, Cabby, are you the eggplant whisperer? Is that what's going on here?
That's it. Yeah, they listen to me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I just, all of a sudden, I see a bunch of eggplants dancing around Cabbage's little head.
You wait and see, the eggplant rising is coming.
My question, though, is why does the eggplant slow him so? Have they been in his deep, dark hole?
Oh, gosh. Ollie.
Oh, what are you talking about? You're doing it anal now. We were talking vaginal before.
Yeah, now it's
you see, now you're getting dumb.
Nah, you're just afraid of us sticking something up your ass.
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, can we get on
some things are meant to be an exit.
now?
Well, we tried that earlier with fucking transhumanism, and then you fucking bitches turned up and started talking about shoving pumpkins up yourselves.
You started talking about lizard people and somebody else in the comment section.
No, we got completely derailed by it was the vagina factor derailed it. You know that.
Charati, male human centipede.
Ew! 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 Ew!
Now shit got dark.
Yeah.
Quite literal it.
Yeah, the centipede thing. That's old news. Why is anyone freaked by that? I mean, anyone who's not seen the film, what's wrong with you?
I'll see it.
Yeah.
I haven't, but I get the gist.
It's not even shocking.
Why would you watch that film? Why?
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's not even shocking. It's just sad. It's like, okay, you're trying to shock me, so I can't be shocked by somebody trying to shock me. You know what I mean? It's like, like a good joke is something that comes out of nowhere. You know what I mean? A joke gets you because you don't expect it.
No, it's just the general concept. It's
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. It's gross. Well, everyone knows that there's lots of gross things. I mean, you watch a Slaughterhouse, you'll be grossed out. You won't want to have a burger for a while. There's plenty of ways of grossing people out.
Mentioning Slaughterhouse actually makes me want to make a burger.
Really?
Yeah.
You're just seeing that mince. And just need some of that. That ground beef goodness.
So Aunt Jack, he's gonna go out to his garden later and destroy all the eggplants. So we've created an eggplant genocide. Success.
Wow. No. The eggplants are my friends.
Yeah, they tickle his bum.
They are my minions. The eggplants are my minions. That's why they're purple.
Oh.
I'm a cabbage. I have aubergines and I mean, I need my forces. I have so little.
Well, team up with the penguins. You know, you can always make allies with the penguins.
Well, I can't discuss any of those sort of issues. That's
because we'll drone you because we're after the penguins. I knew you were a traitor.
You won't get the penguins. I'm sorry. The penguins are secure.
Nazi penguins.
Oh, you're funny.
No, the penguins are secure. And so is Knuckles. We have them tied down.
God, that joke is so old.
It's not, but it's brilliant. I don't understand why Knuckles didn't go further, because I fucking love that meme. It's way better than Pepe. Fucking hell. Knuckles is hilarious.
Pepe is old as hell.
Yeah, Pepe's way long gone. Thank God for the NPC thing, because there's nothing else coming out. But I still love Knuckles. I still think Knuckles should be the way.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that NPC meme. We haven't really talked about it on the Redeye. Twitter is banning.
What the fuck happened there?
Yeah, Twitter is banning people that post the NPC meme as their Twitter picture and shit. What the fuck? I mean, come on.
It's bullshit. It's absolutely retarded.
And
they're adding to the fire anyway, because people have now been informed that 1,500 people, and so they've actually added to the fire. I don't know, maybe the NPC thing is actually an NPC thing so that people can have something to repeat. I mean, it could be like a self-fulfilling prophecy,
Oh, they're banning people that have even had anything to do with the NPC meme. So if they've posted something that has anything to do with the NPC meme.
No, really? They're going that far? Bullshit.
Yes.
No, come on.
Oh, no, I'm serious. That's
no,
why.
you're poing me.
No, that's why so many pages have been banned.
Well, to be fair, MC retweeted or tweeted out an NPC meme. I hit like and hit retweet, and I still have my Twitter page. So,
yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I think this is almost like, weirdly enough, it's almost like an advertising campaign. Like somebody put that out there, because the way that it's sort of like going out, the whole process, it just seems a little bit manufactured. Which would make sense to make it an NPC. So, kind of ironically, because everyone's buying into it and becoming an NPC by doing the NPC. So, you can buy.
Well, no, it was funny because last night,
but the whole point is,
I'm all caught up on all the school
shit. It's about mimics.
So I was playing these, and that meme kept popping in my head.
Yeah, but the whole point about the NPC thing is that it's about mimicking, right? It's not about being original. It's not about thinking. It's about actually just repetitive, regurgitation. No original thought. And they've created the very thing because people want to repeat memes. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way. So the non-NPCs become NPCs. Like artistically, they you could put that into a performance art thing or whatever, you know what I mean?
I just know when I first heard it, I was like, are they talking about D&D characters or some shit?
So
that's exactly what it is. Exactly. Yeah, but that's exactly what it was. No, he totally understood it. Because that's what NPC means, non-playing character.
Well, the fact that he had to ask the question means that he did not understand it.
Yeah, but I'm saying he did understand it. He just didn't realize he understood it. Because it was non-playing character. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point, right? The idea that people are basically just... You're like the generic people that you meet during your quest. And, they only have...
Over and over and over again.
Yeah, they only have a set parameter. There's only certain things they can say. They've only got a certain set of responses.
Oh, so it's like Toad, the princess is in another castle.
Exactly, that kind of thing. Yeah, just somebody's trying, provide you with the next clue to where you got to go. So those are the NPCs, as opposed to like the big boss that you got to kill at the end of a level or something like that.
And people get angry about the weirdest fucking things nowadays.
Tell you, it's getting weirder and weirder every day. Yeah. The thing is, it's getting more and more tedious. I actually get bored with it all. I'm trying to find stuff to actually engage me now because the rest of it is just... If it's not fucking internet drama, it's some, spurious bullshit in the news. So it's hard to find anything to actually engage you anymore. It's pretty.
Guess you
it's
don't get
pretty
laid
sad.
that often then.
No, I was talking about the internet. Did you not hear?
Oh, I was talking about engaging in other activities.
Oh well, you know. Yeah, but there's only so much you can do with that, and don't pretend that you spend 12 hours of your day getting fucked, because you don't.
Oh, I don't.
No,
That would
exactly.
leave me sore for days.
Indeed. So even sex cannot occupy your time.
True. Very true.
Well, no, and I was seeing people talking about the NPC thing, and it's pretty much the sheeple meme just repurposed, right?
It is, yeah, basically. Yeah, but it's, I mean, it is a good one though, because, and I think it will probably replace Pepe. I think the NPC will replace Pepe. Pepe will be put into cold storage.
Oh, poor frog.
Yeah, but you know, come on, it served its purpose. It's been a long time. It's really got a bit worn out. So anyway, put it into cold storage. You can bring it out. You know, put it in the cryogenics. It'll come out again in a few, like maybe, you know, like a generation, because they'll just rediscover it.
Next election will be there.
There you go. You know. Yeah, but it serves no purpose now. Same as Kekistan. I mean, it's a out thing. People are bored.
I don't know. Kekistan was pretty cool. But no, looking at the chat.
It's cool, but it's bored. You know, I mean, people got bored with it. It's like, okay, Kekistan, yeah, oh, so edgy. Oh, so, you know, you're really up to date with what's going on. Yeah,
I get what you're saying, yeah. Straight Sith Mail says, even the enemies are NPCs. That would make them Antifa? Question mark. Yeah, Antifa is pretty much the NPC meme in its entirety, because they are just a group of people shouting the same thing and acting just alike. It's almost like they're pre-programmed, like an NPC in Skyrim.
Hey, MADDS, how about that as well? If you look at it, when they are NPCs, because whenever they engage with the actual players, they always lose. So so Antifa must be an NPC, right? Because they get the shit kicked out of them by the actual players. The APs. There we go. Because you gotta have just the NPCs. You gotta have the APs, the actual players.
Well, no, and what is it about the left that makes it so they can't meme? Well, how can they not get this shit and get the comedy in it? I don't get it.
Because memes are too serious for them.
Yeah, but even comedy, they can't just take a joke. Everything's got to have a deeper meaning. You know, they got to corrupt every joke with like, oh yeah, but you've got to have something to do with, they have to just butcher anything that they do. It's, I don't know, they're suicidal. It's their choice, you know, they chose their path. Let them go down it.
Aunt Jack in the chat is correcting you, Cabby. He says it's a PC player character. So yeah, you've been told.
PC. Hang on, PC. What do you mean PC player character?
Player character, PC. Instead of AP, actual player.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, PC then. Yeah, cool. Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't realize it was an official title. I was just saying that I being unaware of it, I was offering an option.
That almost sounds like younger me pushes up glasses. Well, actually...
No, just I didn't realize there was one. It's good. Learning.
Uh-oh, Cabby.
Good to learn.
No, Cabby. Cabby, this is bad. MC says... Cabbage is a normie, and so am I. You're just like MC, Cabby. You might want to kill yourself now.
By the way,
okay. Yeah, I'm starting to question my existence at this point.
Mad.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Mad.
Yeah, I'm here.
Remember that one time we were talking about Loch Ness and stuff? And you had that one guy come up asking if you were talking about his mother?
Oh, that's the person that just joined? Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. Hey, you guys were saying something about the left not being able to meme?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were speaking truth.
Well, you see, I'm probably one of the most left yet still but still has a brain person on the internet, and I'm probably the biggest meme on Ali's server, so.
You are.
So you are a meme, or you can meme?
He is a meme.
Yeah, you can't be a meme. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. People really don't understand what memetics is. It's frightening.
Stephen Carl
It's
was
astonishing how people abuse the term meme.
He thinks he's a meme.
Yeah, well, okay, you know, I think I'm a fucking penguin, whatever.
Well, I mean, people can be dragons, people can be memes.
There we go. Yeah, I'm going to be a goat tomorrow, and I'll be a fucking badger the day after. Right.
Did somebody? No. Just took a
Someone
swing
just
at
bring
memes
in
of
memes.
destruction. Yeah, somebody took a swing at memes of destruction. Who was that?
Yeah.
I'm going to be another kin. Yeah, whatever.
A scaly. All right, get it right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You say you're on the left. What is it about the left to where you guys can't take a joke? What's going on?
Well, I can take a joke. There must be a ton of retards on the left, which I think there is. A lot of them.
No, I mean, come on. There's a lot of supportive evidence.
So you're not really on the left. You're more of a centrist.
I'm probably a center-left person.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, no, and I can understand that. I'm a right-leaning libertarian. And the reason I end up leaning right is the abortion issue. But we're not talking about that tonight. I'm not going to open that fucking can of worms.
And also, because he's living in Yankee territory, you know, and he thinks he's a Southerner.
You know what? Go fuck yourself. And
Moving on.
Yeah.
Move back to London, you.
I hate
suck my cock.
I hate how I'm like the only left person down here in. I live in Texas. I'm like the only one.
Oh, you are fucked.
I've been called a libtard more than once.
Well, at least you're not a leftitarian. You could move to Austin though. I hear there's a lot of libtards there.
Oh yeah, a lot of fags in Austin.
Yeah,
libertarian.
I'd rather just leave the U.S. entirely.
Okay, so why haven't you?
Because I'm.
By the way, Europe is not taking you.
Because I'm 17.
Oh,
that kind of
well,
speaks
that
for itself.
explains it.
That's funny. Ali already fucking the Norwegians. Like, you know what? We're not taking you. You can't come to Europe. What the fuck, Norway?
Actually, no. Maybe I could go to Singapore. Singapore's a nice place. Or I could just go back to Canada. I was born there. That was pretty left.
You're Canadian?
Yes, I am a Canadian American. Loch Ness.
Wait, do you use the hyphen?
You really
like,
hang on, hang on. French Canadian?
No.
Are you from Quebec?
No.
Nah,
See,
he's a French Canadian. He is a snail sucker.
No. My parents were actually both born in the U.S., but they moved up to Canada where I was born, and then
your ancestors French.
So I do have some.
I
do have some ancestors in Saskatchewan.
Yeah. You're a frog.
Yeah.
Oh, you even use the word ancestors. Unless I'm actually doing an ancestor search,
What?
I do not use the word ancestors.
Okay, relatives that are probably
I
dead
said
now.
ancestors. No, you're a frog.
Well, he does identify as amphibian.
Don't mind Cabby. He's just racist against French people. It's okay.
Yeah,
we accept him.
I'm pretty sure we're all racist.
French are a race.
I mean,
they are not a race.
Mainly racist
They are
towards
not a
Swedes.
race.
I mean, my girlfriend's French, but she wants to move to America
you
as
see?
well.
No.
Well, you know, frogs can fuck frogs. That's fine. It's all legal.
We're not taking any more French.
Nah, we'll just I'd just move back to Canada if I could. I mean, the free healthcare and the basically socialist state is actually not that bad. The problem is that it's very
except it's bad
expensive.
on the people.
No, it's not bad on the people. It's just that it's expensive. Not many
Which
people
means
buy
it's bad on the people.
Yeah, but you don't understand how economies work, you know, in terms of how costs, you know, like earnings and taxes.
Yeah, I do understand.
Have you experienced it? Because, I mean, you all of 17. I mean, clearly you've had a
MC in the chat. Go
broad
back
experience
to Canada.
in life.
MC, get in
I
here.
mean, clearly you...
Come on, MC, join us.
Understand.
Yeah, I understand.
No, he's at work. No, he's stuck at work. He can't come in.
Well, no. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try and be nice here because you said your age, and yeah, I feel like I'm picking on a high schooler. So I'm gonna try and be nice.
That's why it's fun, though.
This is the Redeye. Who the fuck is nice?
I know.
That's true. And by the way, shouldn't this be
socialized healthcare? Socialized health.
We've been talking about no. We've been talking about shoving pumpkins and things. This is like 18 or over, right? This is definitely an R-rated stream. I mean, are you sure you want a 17-year-old? Well, you don't want to be accused of, you know, like
we're talking about
anything.
We're talking about healthcare. You went back to
the exactly healthcare.
Wait, Dodge. You might as well put out the disclaimer now.
All right. The views expressed on the Redeye stream are not necessarily the views endorsed or expressed by Mad Dodge Productions or a subsidiary Redeye Live. Anyway, moving on.
And nobody here wants to fuck 17.
Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Yes. Nobody's fucking a 17-year-old boy.
Exactly.
Okay.
He came here on his own volition.
Is socialized? No, shut up. Cabbage. How exactly is socialized healthcare a good idea when everybody has to pay into the taxes and not everybody needs to go to the doctor every other day? You get the hypochondriacs that go every day and use the free government healthcare. You have long ass waiting lines. You have ambulance stacking in the UK there, Cabby. I mean, how is this a good thing? And why should the United States mirror the model? I don't think we should.
Well, the whole thinking behind it is that, like, every so often you'll hear some news story of some poor person who they couldn't afford like healthcare, and so what happened was they ended up dying from something that you wouldn't think of dying from, like a tooth infection or something,
like cholera. Yeah.
Okay.
The whole idea behind socialized healthcare is that if everyone is kind of paying it, and thus makes the cost really low or just free in some cases, then that can stop stuff like that from happening.
No. When you say free, there is no such thing as free. Somebody is paying for it. It always comes out of taxes. Right? So there is no such thing as free. All right.
The idea is that everyone pays for it, so the person who gets the health care, it is free, quote unquote.
No, there is no such thing, as Cabby said, as free. Everyone. I'm talking now. Shut your mouth. The adults are talking. Everybody
are talking. The adult is talking.
Look, eat your cookies.
No. Yes. Drink your milk and eat your cookies since you're not old enough to drink alcohol yet, you child. Anyways.
I mean, I do have alcoholism in my family.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't drink. Anyway, the people in the country that socialized medical care is involved with, everybody in that country have to pay a ton of money to support a person or persons that get sick. These taxes are raised and raised and raised to support these people that get sick. They can go out.
But he's 17. Look. You can't explain this, right? A 17-year-old, he's never had to go out and actually earn a proper living for himself or anything else.
I have a job.
You know, like, yeah, but I mean, you've never truly actually, but I'm talking about, no, I'm talking about really, yeah, I mean, when you are totally autonomous, when you're really independent, and you are basically paying everything that you can, you know, you get your wage in, and you're having to support your own place and things like that. Oh, trust me, your fucking perspectives are going to change an awful lot. Right, because you come from, it's like, you know, all children think that, you know, it's great because, you know, they get everything from their parents. And so the parents give them everything. And, you know, there's no, you know, they think everyone should have everything. And it's all, you know, it's all fucking posies and, you know, daisies and shit like that. But when you actually get out in the world and you actually have to compete and things like that, you start to realize it's a very, very different perspective. You know, and it certainly isn't going to be this idea that, well, we just all share and share alike, and everyone will be happy because, you know, we just give a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and next thing you know, you got fuck all, and you're living in the gutter with everybody else.
Yeah.
Just so fuck you, teenager.
Just for me.
I'm saying it's just it's just ideology. It's just. He just needs experience. That's all, and you know, in the reality, that's all. It's not willful ignorance. It's just a lack of awareness, and the awareness can only come through the experience. You know, you just got to go through it.
Just for me, if I had the choice between paying for expensive health insurance and expensive treatments here, or paying higher taxes, which basically turns the whole thing into almost like a subscription service, but for your health care.
No, stop it right fucking there. Taxation is fucking theft. No, I'm not paying your health care. I'll pay my health care. I'll pay my kids' health care. I'll pay my wife's. I'm not going to pay yours. Why do I have to pay your health care? And why should you have to pay my kids' health care? No.
My kids.
Don't make this a Netflix thing. Whatever. Don't make this like it's fucking like Netflix, all right? I'm not fucking subscribing to your healthcare plan, man.
Guys, one of the big things.
Well, you don't have to. Just don't.
Sorry, I love Skeletor. Whoever you are, I love Skeletor.
All neglecting here is when you look at socialized healthcare, the government has entire control over who gets what treatment. Look at that whole big ordeal that happened because of that 10-year-old in the UK over socialized healthcare. The parents, everybody else, they picketed the government for months on end to get experimental treatment that could have potentially saved the kid's life.
Oh, I remember that.
And they threw it out the window entirely because the government said, no, we are not going to pay for this thing. Even if there's a remote chance of saving the kid's life, fuck it. We'd rather let the kid die than pay the money. So when you talk about the socialized healthcare and how great it is,
but no. This is the whole point, right? Like the social healthcare that we have over here, the National Health Service, is not designed to give you everything you want. It's there as a safety net. It isn't about things like, you know, elective surgeries and things like that. It isn't. Right. It's there to, like, if you're in your, you know, like in your darkest hour, right? And you won't end up getting bankrupted because you got injured. So, you know, it's only there as a safety net. If you want anything else, we have plenty of private healthcare. You know, there's loads of it.
Right.
It's not like the NHS is the only healthcare that we have in this country. This is the big mistake, the misnomer that people, that, you know, they have. It's either the NHS or nothing, or you've got to go to America to get some treatment. No, we have plenty of private, you know, private clinics over here as well.
The point that I was making wasn't that it was just, you know, it was solely the responsibility of the NHS to
yes, but it isn't, because it was, but exactly, right. But the costs and everything else, but that's part, like I said, the NHS has a particular, I mean, it does have a budget, and the fact is that it's not that, I mean, if they wanted to crowdfund it and people were so fucking outraged and things like that, then those people could have provided the amount of money that would have provided them to do that, right? That could have happened, but it didn't. So the idea that people got retrospective guilt or whatever, I don't understand that. They could have helped out that person if they really gave a shit. All people whining about it.
I'm trying to say is that you were at the complete mercy, if the healthcare is completely socialized, is the point I'm trying to get at. If it's completely
socialized, but that's not what we've got.
If you're not
Maybe I
relying
shouldn't
on
have
any
mentioned
kind
healthcare.
private.
What
that
about
I'm from Canada.
semi-socialized?
Yeah,
But that's
probably
what we don't have.
Semi-socialized.
No, real quick though.
Let Cynic know what's going on because he just came in.
We're talking about healthcare, and it's getting a little heated here, and we're kind of beating up a teenager. It seems like, which is kind of bad. But
who's the teenager?
Me. Hi.
With the green
Hey,
hair.
Vsauce. Michael here.
No, you're not. You're Loch Ness.
Okay, but no, you act like people are dying in the streets in America. That's not what happens. You show up to the ER, you get treated. You need dialysis, you get it. What? You might have some bills. What are they going to do? Collect the bills after you die? We don't have a debtor's prison here. You can file for bankruptcy here. I mean, no, you guys act like, our healthcare system is so horrible, but people from all across the world come to America. Why? Because we have the best healthcare in the goddamn world. And you know why we have it? Is because it's semi-private still. The government has its hands in everything already. And you want to make it single payer? No, sir. I reject that argument.
And I do agree.
Like I said, my
argument is best healthcare in the world.
That's what I mean. But that's the same thing with Britain. You have both. It's not like you have to have one or the other. I don't understand this argument about. I mean, National Health Service is purely safety net system. Anything else, if you want to crowdfund and you want to, if you can get other people to contribute so you can go onto a private health plan and things like that, you can get it fixed, then you can do that. It's not like there is a lack of, availability. It's just who can afford it. And there is a distinction between it. But the difference is the NHS is there as the safety net to make sure that, the mass majority of people do not end up having to bankrupt themselves for the sake of, a broken arm or, the sort of the basics. I mean, not like the long term.
Mad made a good point.
Dialysis.
If you need dialysis, if you have a broken arm, if you have a severe condition, yeah, you're fucked. Oh, yeah, sure, you can file bankruptcy. Sure, you can ruin your credit. Sure, your life is pretty much ruined at that point. But yeah, you're not dead.
The only reason I brought up the entire NHS thing was to illustrate the point that once you turn over, and I'm not saying that you should, I'm saying that you should have a comparable way of being able to get treatment, whether that's through private or maybe offsetting some of the private, not all of it entirely, some of the private cost onto a
what do you mean?
onto
You
something
already can.
Backed. Right.
No, that's exactly what you can do.
And
no,
I'm not
no, no.
saying
Your national insurance contributions can be put towards private health.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm not contradicting at all. The only thing I'm stating is that if you entirely rely on the government to take care of your needs, medically, then you are entirely at their mercy. That's the only point I was trying to get across. If a government has complete control over your healthcare needs, then you are at their mercy. You have no way out from underneath that. I'm not sure if that's entirely the case in Canada. If that is entirely the case in Canada, then you guys are fucked.
Well, I'm not.
But nobody's putting that forward. I don't understand where this premise is coming from anyway.
That's the idea that Canada is completely socialized medicine, and whether or not
it isn't. No, because Canada has.
I'm not here to say that it is or isn't. I'm just merely stating that think about the consequences.
Yeah, but you're merely stating bollocks because Canada.
How?
What did I say?
What did I say?
Canada. I'll explain it if you let me. Because Canada has the same thing as Britain does.
What did I say that was untrue?
Well, I'm saying, because you're saying that they don't have any other options, but they have all of the other options.
I did not say they didn't have any other options. I said if that were the case, did I not?
Well, yeah, okay. Well, if anything was the case, all right.
Can other people
I put out the hypothetical that if that were indeed the case, I didn't make the statement
Boys.
Okay. Let me ask the question. Let me ask this question.
Shut up.
Anybody hear me say specifically that was indeed the only case there? Or
no, but the point is, it's redundant.
Little boy is stabbing.
Hey!
But it's
How
a redundant.
about both of you shut
you're so full of
for 5
shit,
seconds?
It's a redundant
You're
question.
so full of shit, dude.
Good job.
Okay,
all right.
How about we calm down? Let's
Fuck you,
get less
Queen.
political.
Look, Queen. Look, you and your little space cadet ideas, right?
Okay,
Stop doing that shit.
No, hold on. All right.
But the idea that Canada only has one fucking level of healthcare stuff is just bollocks. Oh,
Other
shut up.
people would like
Look,
to talk.
Sharati, you little fucking slut streamer. Don't tell me what to do.
You are the same, my love. Look.
I am not. Well, show me how many other streams I go on. You're everywhere. You're like fucking village whore. You're the bike.
Oh, okay. Come on now. Come on.
All right. Sorry, anyway. I went there.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm looking at the chat here. Okay. All right.
Right back 1 second.
Amanesto says, look at health insurance and college tuition, and yeah, I would like to bring that up. As you see, public finances coming into college tuition talks, you see college tuition spiking up. Therefore, the federal loans have to go up to match the tuition. That way, the student can at least live on top ramen while they're going to university. You will see the same thing with a single payer healthcare service. And you know what? Does everybody forget that the states have their own healthcare? Oregon health plan is for poor and needy families. Okay, there's that. There's also California has their own, and I can name every state in the union that has their own. Did you guys forget about that? The states are already doing this. We don't need a federal program to do it.
MADDS, can I point out something, right? When the National Health Service was created, right? When the National Health Service was created, it was done after the Second World War. When they needed, you had to kind of, there's a lot of, wounded people and things like that. But the principle was that you need a functional society. And part of the function is that you need a healthy society. And that means that you need to provide healthcare, And that's where it's sort of like it got its grip. Because it's, unless you want, a bunch of people wandering around, on crutches and things like that, you don't have a decent society if you can't afford healthcare. I mean, the way you provide it, that's, obviously entirely up to yourselves. But the idea that you don't have a way of maintaining a viable workforce actually makes it dangerous for the country.
Yeah, but we have it at the state level. We don't need it at the federal level. And we're talking about a country that is far bigger than the UK. Maybe you guys can handle nationalized healthcare. I believe you're not handling it well. I believe it's a mistake. I've read about the ambulance stacking. I've read about gunshot victims bleeding out in the ambulance.
Oh no! Most of the NHS problems have got fuck all to do with the the stuff. I mean, those are symptoms. The problem is the amount of people which are coming in. That they are outstretched by. I mean, a lot of it is immigration, and because a lot of these people bring in different problems. So there's a lot of
thing that we're going to agree on is the fact that no matter what it is, that health insurance the cost of it just keeps going up regardless of what we do to mitigate it. And probably because of what we do to mitigate it, people try and find workarounds and loopholes and try to
yeah, but I mean, who's going to go out and get themselves malaria just so they can have a few days in hospital? I don't believe that.
That's not what we're talking about. First off, government intervention drives prices up. That's a fact.
Does this make me look like a KKK member?
No, it makes
it's
you
not
look like
pointy
wannabe Antifa.
yeah, it's not pointy enough. You need a better hood. Anyway,
Aren't you supposed to be a leftist, not a far rightist?
Say it's white Antifa.
Makes you look like a fucking astronaut.
We're all going to hell, aren't we? We really are.
Yeah,
But
At least it's got good barbecue. Great barbecue. So
yeah, no, no, and I know my friends will be there. It'll be all good. But government intervention drives
bunch of
prices up.
yeehaws with fucking yeah, that's gonna be great.
It will be. You'll have fun, Cabby.
So let's talk about something a little. Wait, everything paused for me. What happened? Something? Did the stream die?
I don't know. No, maybe you had a time shift.
No,
Maybe there's a glitch in the Matrix.
We all just stopped talking, just so you can make a fool out of yourself.
Let's talk about something that's kind of political, but more just kind of hilarious. What do you guys think of the amazingness that was Donald Trump and Kanye West meeting for the first time in the White House?
Kanye's rant was amazing. That's all I'm gonna say. It was great. He feels like a superhero wearing this MAGA hat. like seriously, I feel like a superhero wearing this MAGA hat. Like, motherfucker, didn't you make $1 million rapping? Like, a MAGA hat makes you feel like a superhero?
You do know that it wasn't just Kanye West in there with Donald Trump, right?
Yeah, there was
Kid, motherfucking
Jim Brown, and a dozen other a dozen other reporters. Did you guys see the Saturday Night Live skit of it all? That's the best part, really.
No, I don't watch Saturday Night Live anymore.
You need to see it.
Anyone who knows what comedy is stays away from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, they haven't done anything. I mean, you know, since
John Belushi died.
Right. Yeah, basically, yeah.
When John Belushi died, comedy died.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm really only there when they make some really good skit. That's usually just political skits. Like the Sean Spicer ones are funny, and that was the only other
they
one
really
I watched.
weren't.
Nah, they always
they kind of were.
There's no real punchline. It's just kind of. I mean, God, if that is actually what makes you laugh, Jesus, go back and look at some of the original fucking stuff.
The only punchline to Saturday Night Live is Saturday Night Live even existing.
Hey, we need more cowbell, all right? That's all I'm saying. We need more cowbell.
The heyday of SNL.
Jesus.
That's right.
God,
I went to the
back
Wayback
away.
Machine.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
I went to the Wayback
Even
Machine.
I know that fucking reference, man. That's scary.
Duckling Gaming.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever met you before. It is open mic night. How's it going? You're on the Redeye Live. What's going on?
It's open.
Who's this?
It's open mic night, yet they have their mic muted.
What? Somebody new?
Yeah,
Then again, I don't know this Aaron fuck, and who's Duckling, and who the fuck is Frank? So, you know what I mean?
Who are these people? Where am I at?
Where am I? Yeah. Where's my name? Where am I?
Next to him.
Yeah.
Who are you people?
Yeah. Now, come on.
Hey, Cabby.
I'm just an internet doot meme, okay? That's what I am. I'm I'm an internet doot meme that's come to life.
Dude.
Okay, well, one of them ran away when they asked to justify themselves. It just fucking ran away.
Frank,
yeah.
You have one thing going for you. You have Skeletor.
Yeah.
No, it's not doing much for you though.
Yeah, no, and Cabby.
And what's going on with epilepsy?
What?
Oh, fuck you.
Nothing really. I just came here because I was doing
There's two epileptics in here, and one of them had a seizure last night and hurt himself. And I'm sorry.
Well, he needs to quit doing whippets off the prostitute's butt.
Sympathy ring.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Yeah, well, so therefore, why are you bringing it up? Shut up.
Because I want sympathy too, damn it.
Sorry, it's non-transferable. It says it on the ticket.
Finish your drink, Abby. Go finish your drink.
He's not drinking. I'm drinking. Shut up.
I just had a thought.
Oh,
hey, Allie,
did it hurt?
Did you? Yeah, was it painful? Did it hurt? Was that,
Allie, should I
just asked him the same thing.
Should I bring up Zach?
It's up to you, dude.
The most left political Englishman of the century.
Are you sure you're 15? You kind of act more like
17,
14.
17.
Oh
17.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, well, look, one thing I want to make sure is that this is not turning into a fucking grooming gang, because Metica will be after us.
I don't care if you're not 12. You look like you're 12.
Okay, well, look, whatever it is, if you're under 18, I suggest you leave now.
Cabby, as long as we say we're Muslim, Parliament won't come after you.
It's true. I could probably marry him too, right? Fine.
As long as you say you're Muslim, you're fine. Okay,
Yeah,
that it's hate
that's it.
speech if they try to arrest you.
Yeah. Hello.
Anyway,
Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. It's all good.
Even though I'm left, I hate feminists.
Yeah, well, who couldn't? I mean, they're hideous. They're just
who
nasty creatures.
doesn't hate feminists?
I think Aaron is a
even
feminist
the
plant.
feminists hate feminists. That's why they fight all the time.
He's an NPC plant, guys. Be careful.
We need to get the humongous guy. I can't remember his
Who
real
is
name.
the regurgitator? Locate the regurgitator.
We need to make a statue for that man.
I'm dead serious. Even feminists hate feminists. That's why they fight each other.
Well,
but
I'm just waiting for the inevitable mass cannibalization. They're just going to literally start biting each other's heads off.
Oh, yeah, the LGBT movement is, I mean, it's already eating itself. You know, especially with like the lesbians and the trans, right? Because they're in conflict because the lesbians don't think the trans have. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck their issues are. I couldn't care less.
To be honest,
but you know what I mean?
think that
every single part of it is starting to eat itself because they're all fighting for, money. I mean, that's really what it boils down to, right? And so they divested themselves into so many different groups, and now they're having to fight amongst each other in order to get their shekels. It's a shekel gathering exercise. So of course they're going to go against each other.
I think it's
going to get worse.
I think the huge battle for LGBT rights is just about won now. I think that they should instead go to Russia or Saudi Arabia, where
the whole LGBT rights battle was won in the 90s. The only reason why it's been renewed now is because there's asshole senators who...
No, because they're fucking lazy.
Cabby?
Yeah?
What exactly is a shekel? I have never seen a shekel in my goddamn life.
It's a coin.
A shekel is a coin. It was.
Well, I know it's a coin, but like,
what's the monetary value?
It was used.
What is the monetary value of a shekel?
Well, the shekel was what you paid your taxes with in Israel at the time. You know, like
a shekel equates to 27 cents. United States.
Well, thank God you said Israel. I was about to say fucking Jew coin. Jesus.
I think a shekel is a lot like a shilling.
Yeah, but a shekel was that you could only pay your taxes with a shekel. So you had to go in and you trade whatever you had, get the shekels, and then go and pay your taxes. Okay. That's where the shekels came from.
Huh. Learn something new every day.
But it had to be a shekel, you see, because that was the only way you could pay your taxes. It had to be the shekel. Yeah, it didn't matter. You couldn't pay it in gold, silver, or anything else. You couldn't do commodity trading. You had to get a shekel. You had to go and have an exchange thing and get it turned into whatever you had.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't want to shit on the LGBT, but they started becoming a joke when he started adding all those letters after it.
No, but it was a joke to begin with. Look, at the end of the day, just get on with your life. Nobody's fucking bothering you. Why are you bothering us? Why are you parading around on fucking floats, you know, with your ass hanging out, saying "I'm proud to be gay." It's like, fine, if you're proud, why have you got to shove it in somebody else's face?
Well, I'm
That's not
proud to
proud.
be a
That's
white
not proud.
girl.
That's being obnoxious. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
sorry, that's
You know,
racism, Queen. We got to kick you off the stream now. It's
Well,
racist.
guess what? I'm proud to have a white husband and white daughters, and I'm proud to be a white girl. You gonna kick me out still?
Mad Dodge, your channel's now deleted. The YouTube bots.
Yeah, you are now a white. Your whole fucking stream is now classified as white supremacist.
Terrorism now. We're terrorists.
This is it.
We're terrorists by extension now, Mad Dodge.
One of the arrogant.
Thank you guys.
You and Millennium Woes are, you know, you've been tied together. The
I
algorithm.
just dug up the
algorithm will do it.
page.
Yeah, having a white nuclear family makes me a white supremacist. How strange is
You're
that?
contributing to white supremacy. Queen, I pulled up the Wikipedia page for you, so you can take a look at that shekel info if you'd like. It's a quick Google search.
By the way,
Yeah,
the fact that
YouTube
she has
can see,
two white children doesn't mean that she hasn't been banging a black dude. It just might be.
Yeah,
Wow.
and originally wanting to date someone outside of your race made you racist, and now on dating apps they're
Makes you a
changing the
race traitor.
algorithms. Now on dating apps they're changing the algorithm so that white people no longer can date white people. They're making it so that you date either Mexicans or Asians or black people so that you can't have a fucking white nuclear family anymore.
Yeah, Grinder.
That really does show
Grindr
you
is
the social
compelling.
manipulation.
Hey,
Grindr's compelling hookups. They
Hey,
call it the
Cabbage.
Kinder Initiative. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Have you heard? No, that's not what I was thinking about. Never mind. What I was going to say is that I just got a DM from somebody in Michigan saying that the stream reminds them of last week tonight.
Well,
I know who that was.
It's about as disjointed. That's for damn sure.
I know who that was, Owly. I said I know who that was.
It's someone who has been commenting in the chat.
Yeah, well, it's always nice that we can, you know,
Octo
shooting the
that's
shit.
me, bro.
We're just shooting the shit.
Yeah. Hey, Octowall, if you go up in the chat, you could potentially join the stream, you know? There is a link. It's open mic.
Well, no, I'll throw the link out again.
Anyway, what about retard? No, sorry, it's not retard. What is it?
We need to.
No, epileptic. Sorry, not retard. Epileptic. Sorry.
Those two
I misrepresented you.
Happy.
I had to put the mouse over it to find out what you were called. I don't know these people. You just brought a bunch of freaks on here.
Have you guys
Happy's been on here before?
Where did you find them?
Happy has been on here before.
Really?
Where do I find
must
the freaks?
I must have been drunk.
Cabbage. This is the internet. Where do you think I find the freaks?
Right? All you got to do is all you got to do is throw a turd. You'll find a freak.
Yeah.
You can't swing a dead.
Where do you think we found you?
Well, did you find me or did I find you? Therein lies the question.
Cabby, are you in her bushes right now? Is that what's going on?
Oh, hey.
Am I what? Oh, god damn. No, I'm sorry. I go for Brazilian. I'm not going with the bush. No bush.
He's hiding in the bushes. Hiding in the bushes right now.
We're back to that.
Yeah, we are. Cabby's in the bushes right now holding a pumpkin.
There's no bush, man.
I gotta run, Dodge.
I'm not getting pubes in
All
my
right,
teeth.
take it
Fuck
easy.
that. No.
All right, I'll see you later. You still coming by the show?
I plan on it.
There is a minor here. How about we not talk about that?
Okay, I'll
No,
leave
I'm
the
good,
pumpkins
I'm
out
good.
of this.
Oh my. All right, guys, take it easy. You still coming by the show later on, Dodge?
Yeah, I plan on it. What time again?
Let's see. You're East Coast or West Coast?
West Side.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
7:30.
He's a blue. He's a blue crypt. He's a crypt.
It'd be 7:30 for you, Dodge.
All right. Yeah, I should be good.
I'll be setting up in about another 20 minutes. I still got some other stuff to reinstall, and we'll have it set up by then.
Dodge, I've decided I'm in love with your wife, and I'm stealing her in your sleep.
Uh-oh.
You can't
Later,
have
guys.
her. She's mine. Later. But no, okay. All right. Any other topics you guys want to talk about, or should we wrap this madness up?
Yeah, let's wrap this
I
madness up.
have a quick topic. Whatever it was
Wow,
for.
it's fun. It was excellent ramblings. It was good.
Whenever it was first mentioned, I started Googling pumpkin and sex. Nothing really, but there's a lot of squashes.
Oh.
There you go. Like I said, you got a marrow. You need a marrow. Look up marrows.
Yeah, for us.
Because the thing is that they're shaped better. They have a better design. You just need a big mouth.
I felt that pause. I was just like, how do I say this? The pause is strong with this one.
Yeah, okay.
All right. No, on that note, I think we're gonna wrap it up. This has been the Redeye stream number 191. Hey, don't do that to the pumpkins, all right?
And stay away from the French, goddammit.
Hashtag not all
Stay
pumpkin.
Stay in drugs, don't do vegetables, eat your school.